of a number, yeah. Cruising at 103 till I seen them feeling with the record. She was peeking out the cover. She said, Gigi, wait, you know. Grew up down the street, my uncles, up a brothers.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Certainly the game of the weekend, maybe the game of the year, the battle of the unbeatens as we get underway. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. You talk about this Giant defense.
They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key.
Second and 9 from the 44.
Back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeaux. Well, this defense for the Giants, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Another tote for Etienne.
And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Straight ahead, Etienne.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When you talk about this Seahawk defense,
they currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the number 1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jalen Carter just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline.
So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now back to throw.
Has it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end.
On the counter, Etienne.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Nice run defense presented there, and what I mean by that is discipline. Guys filling the right gaps in the right holes, no one over-pursuing, and making a very nice play.
.38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Etienne once more.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll run with Etienne.
Able to fight through one tackle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41.
Etienne up the middle. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 24 now, here's the 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And they'll go again with Etienne.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's a give to Etienne. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. A give to Etienne running right. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down. No score after one on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a fourth down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this one is right through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
From the 22 now, here's the 2nd down and 9. Ooh, with a juke. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 31 yards on the punt there. And they will take over 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one? Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 80 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Let's go.
2nd and 10. A give, running right, Etienne.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Here we go, Shaq. Check go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Giants first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. The Giants are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now a 2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw.
He gets it underneath to Hall.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what it is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Let's go now.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd. They're going to look to throw.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
And his kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And not willing to risk a return, this ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
2nd and 9 now. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
In motion right, that's Metcalf. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dickson.
The deep to return it is Marcus Jones.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Hall.
And he's going to be met at about the 43.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
That's into the hands of the rookie from Ole Miss. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Now 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. This is caught by Robinson. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf.
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter.
This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
He'll look to throw. That's complete to Robinson. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. Give up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 6. Hall again.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
They'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8.
Back to throw here.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Straight ahead is Hall.
Pushing through tacklers at the 30. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
41 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On first down, right back to Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Second and 7. Here's Hall again. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run with Hall. Wiggles free. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Here we go, Shaq. 70 Timberwolves.
He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up a throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. straight ahead, Etienne. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 14 yards that time for number 14.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. A handoff for Etienne. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Second and 11 now. Now back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run up 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Now 2nd and 5. A handoff for Hall.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
62 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
There's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Hall up the middle. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's been a tight, low-scoring affair thus far. 3-3 is our score heading into the fourth.
Second and 6.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. Still going inside the 20.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 10-3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick six hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the fourth.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll run here with Hall.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at 45. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. They go play action here on first down. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Reek Woolen.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick six, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick six?
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3.
17, Giants 3. Cam Little to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. All again on second down. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 7 yards there and a first down. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Here's a give to Hall. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 14. A give to Hall running right. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Deonte Banks there on the stop.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Here's 2nd and 10. In motion right, that's Metcalf. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
ETN once more.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So out now is the Seattle field goal team. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is right there. It's good.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Cam Little to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. This is Hall.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
But now he appears to be in some pain.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. 3rd down, here's Tracy.
And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that 1st. Now a play fake here on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Right back to Tracy.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This is caught, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Giants are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now ETN to start the drive. And he'll get this to the 32.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
this, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. On the give, here's Charbonnet.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
On play action, they'll throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
And he fires one incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
A big play looming on 3rd down.
They'll look to throw here. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it would appear that the Seahawks are going to win this football game. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
So the victory here for Seattle. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Seahawks, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jets, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
Man, what a hell of a year it's been. Keep on bluffing, but I just can't win. Drown my sorrows, but they learn to swim. Man, what a hell of a year it's been. It's getting harder to act my age. Play a sad song on a tiny violin for the man at the bar confessing his sins. I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil will walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. Love keeps knocking, but I just stay home. I ain't picking no flowers for the seeds that I'm sown. They say it gets darker when you're coming on home. Still looking for the right at the end of my wrongs. At the end of my wrongs, I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil wouldn't walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Try to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. It's a little good news. I need some good news. Sitting here sipping on cold truth. Nobody knows what I'm going through, but the devil wouldn't walk in my shoes. Wish someone told me living this life would be lonely. Trying to get away from the old me. Still stuck singing these blues. All I really need is a little good news. All I really need is a little something bring me back to the middle.